Hello friends, welcome back to another session. Today we'll work in admin portal on CRUD operation for the entities, category, product and user. Those who have not seen first part, I would recommend to see that first and then see this. I'll add the link in the description. For now we'll work on the admin portal and we'll add the similar code of what we have already added in main portal, that is settings, services settings, references of the contacts to admin also. So first we'll add the reference of contacts, copy this and add the same for admin also, and then we have to add the connection string also. Copy this, paste this, and we have to add the reference of the context portal context in the startup. So add this in our configure services, we'll inject that, and then we have to reference it. It will not show because we need to restore the project. We are directly restoring in the main project itself, where we have the solution over here. If you remember, we have added the solution initially through the command prompt. See, from this it will identify what are the projects we need to restore, and then it restore all the projects. That's where it will be helpful with the solution file. Right, we are restored, and we can try to reference it and we should be able to see this. Okay, looks I did not save it. You can see this, it's not, and it's in unsaved state. Let me save this. Let me see I reference it correctly. Let me do one more time. It is not showing. This showed why port. Okay, I think when I'm saving it's context. Okay, now we have successfully referenced and we added the settings and injected the portal context also in the service. The next step is we have to create the controller and views. For this I will not add manually, where I will use a tool, code generator tool, ASP.NET code generator, which I have used in my very first video of my channel. We will be using the same thing. It's just that we will use the latest version of the code generator. Let's do this. For this, .NET tool install, it has to be global, and the name of the tool is .NET ASP.NET code generator. Same thing you should find in NuGet also. I can show you that for you. Go back here, go to NuGet and hit enter. See, this is what we were installing. If you don't give version, it will by default insert the latest version. If you give, it will pick that. So just hit enter. We have the same thing. As I already installed, that's the reason it's showing this is already installed. Otherwise you should install this, otherwise it will not work. This the command what we are going to type in to generate the views and the controller for us. Let's go back into our portal project, and here we have to type in this command to generate views and the controller. So .NET ASP.NET code generator, and we have to given the controller keyword and then followed by name of that. So name dash and then give the product controller. Let's first we'll create category controller, because categories is required for product. Category is required, that's the reason. Let's create category and we have to give the module for this. Again, it's the same thing, category, and after this we have to give the data context, which is nothing but portal context. Has to match with this name. Okay, once that is done, we have to give the path where it has to do. It can take the relative path, otherwise we have to give the path. For now, give the relative folder path, and then you have to give the folder for the controller where it has to create, that is the controller's folder name. And then you can give this reference script libraries. This is basically to add any libraries if it is required. Now you just hit enter and it should create the controller for us and the views, corresponding views for create, edit, delete and index. Index means list, but it should fail now because we need to add couple of packages for this. Yep, it failed and it is telling this scaffolding failed because we are scaffolding with the code generator, and this needed this package. Same thing, you can go here, search it, click on this, copy this, hit enter, it will install this, and I try again and again. It should fail as it's needed code entity framework code design also. So let's take what it suggested, then we will do that. So it's needed this, copy this, paste here, hit enter, first one, and you can see the latest version, paste, hit enter. Yes, this is done. Now we rerun the command to generate the controller and the views, and now it should generate successfully without any errors. So all the syntax is correct. Yeah, all syntax is correct, so it should create now. Yep, you can see what it did. It created a controller in the controller folder with the name category controller. This is what we given here. Okay, and same thing, it added all the views which is required for create, edit, details, delete and index. Index is nothing but the list of entities. Now let's quickly verify this. Yes, you can see index is created and details, create, edit, post, edit, get, delete and delete confirmation, right? And similarly, you can see in the view section, it created a folder called category, and inside this you see all the HTML files. Now we just verify this by running .NET run. Okay, it is running it. Just hit that localhost and hit enter. Yes, it is successfully running. Now we will just need the category here also. Just we will replace privacy with the category. So go to layout. So rename it this to categories. Categories. This is home and this should be index. Right, and this is categories, and then we come here and then hit enter. It will not show. The reason is we have to rebuild this. So kill it and we can run it, but whenever we do any changes we have to kill it and rerun it. It will time consuming. So the other option is what we can do is just add the keyword called watch and then hit enter. What it does is it watch for all the file changes. Whenever it identifies there is a file change, then it rebuilds and refreshes the screen for us. See, it came, hit on enter, click new, Okay, see something, 1 second. It has to take full, some reason it took it as a separate. Let me think what is, let us verify what we have. Yeah, we have missed the keyword called use default layout. That's the reason it has not considered the layout. I mean, however, this will work, but it will not take the consideration of our UI. So that will be a problem. So what we do is we will regenerate. We'll just quickly delete this and delete this. I mean, we can modify it. It will take a lengthy of time to update and all. Let's use the keyword default layout and hit enter. Because if you give this option, it will use us our layout and all. I'm not sure whether you noticed or not. Previously, it was showing the HTML content and the layout equal to null. So that means it's considering it as a separate page and all. But we don't want that. We want to have in the same layout and all. So that's what I think I missed that. Okay, it's fine. Now run this again. Okay, categories. See, now we have the layout. When you see previously, it was not showing all this layout and it was showing this corner. Okay, that's the keyword I missed it. Okay, yeah. Now let's try to create it, and you can see the create, it is automatically created all for us, and these are the fields what we have in our table as or in our entity class. But if you notice, all these things are not required, as this has to capture automatically in the behind, so we don't need these to pick from the user interface. So let's delete of this and do some changes in the controller as well. So let's remove this, and you can notice here, as soon as I hit, starts building it. See, right? So that you can see the front end, it's changed automatically. That's the goodness with the watch run. Okay, we have changed that. Now we will change the same thing in some changes in the controller also, wherein so it will not come from the front end. So remove it of that, and then add created by. For now, hard coded this to admin. Later we'll change to get it from the login user, and then created it. Modified and all will not come, as it comes when we are modifying it. And I see there is a spelling mistake created at. I think it should have been the same case for all the entities, as it might have been a mistake in our common entity. Yeah, we'll change this, and that way we can also see the migration part also, how we can do migration and all. Okay, that's fine. Let's I change it. Now we quickly verify this and see how it is working. Okay, beverages, I will not click active so that we can verify the update also. Click on create. See, it is successfully created, and it is added the admin and the date timestamp also. Click on edit, and again in the edit also we can see all the parameters or properties which is not required. Just remove of this from the edit also. So go there, save it, and similarly we have to do in the controller also what we did for create action. So we will not get this, remove it, and we will do additional checks, right, where object category equal to await context categories dot find async id of this, and if object is null, then return not found, right? That's what, when we don't find anything, we have to return not found. Once this is done, what we have to do is, again we have to bind all the values to this object and update in our context. That is, name is the one which we have from the category which is getting inside, and after that active also we see, so that is also we bind it and then save it. It's let it build and then we verify the same from the UI, right? Yes, click on active, save it, done. It is successfully saved, but we are not seeing this because we have not yet updated that. Let's do that as well. Modify that, modified by, here also we have code admin for now. Okay, save it, go back to EI, edit, just update some value, and you should see the fields this, right? That's about create, edit, and details. You can click on this and you can see all the values or parameters whatever we have, and click to back to list. We can come here, delete, you'll come here and click delete, done. It is deleted, no more. We can refresh also and we will not see that it is deleted in the database itself, right? This is about the categories CRUD operation. Now let's do the same thing for product as well. Click cancel, go back to our the syntax and just update the model as category and the controller as product. Product to change category to product, and that's it. Just hit enter and we should see now product controller and the product folder with all the HTML files. Done. See, we could see that, and just run watch to change effect, and to see that we'll add one more link here, and this should be products. As we are going to add users also, I'll add right away the users also. So the controller should be that, and this will be users, and this is common because first we'll hit index only, that is list, we'll see, right? And go back to UI and you should see all this, right? If you this hit as a, obviously it throws an error because the user controller not there. Now we try to create a new product, and we can see all these fields. Again, these are not required, just remove it of that. Go to UI, create, and then remove these things, and you can do the same thing, even edit also, hit enter, let it refresh. Yes, it is gone, and we don't have any categories. Let's create category. I just want to show one thing. Beverages, create it, go to products, create new. See, it is automatically binded the data whatever it is there in categories. Currently it is showing the category ID. Let's see why it is showing ID instead of name. Where it is showing, this is for create get. So go to create get, create get. Yeah, you can see here the intelligence showing select list should pass items and the ID, that is value, and the text, data text. Since it is showing ID in both the places. That is the reason we are seeing ID in the UI. So let's change in all the places wherever we have this binding. Name, name, name. That's it. Click on save. Go back to UI. It's refreshing. See, you can see all the list the categories. You can add it for quickly. Cool drinks. Save. Hit enter. Go back to products. Create new, and you can see the same thing. So this is the beauty of code generator. It identifies the entity has a reference to the category, and it automatically uh, gave the code for us for the drop down selection, right? It's a very cool thing, right? Okay, let's add, and before that we have to do the similar code changes what we did for category for create post. So go to create post. So obviously we won't be getting this, and we have to update the created by and all. So like here also we will hard code and created at pass the date time, save, and we do the code changes similar to edit also what we did for category to make it simpler for you, or to know exactly that we are doing the same thing. I'll just copy the same code, paste it here, and change only the product to category. So that's it. And see, we have SKU one more extra field, so obviously we had to pass that. And we have another one called cat ID, category ID, so obviously we had to bind that. Done, we did all the things, and we need to pass this to update context. Done. So we add Coke, just 1 2 3 4, make it beverages, action, click create. It successfully created the product for us. Now do the same operation for edit, change to CO, just append, and change to cool drinks and click on save. And you can see the same thing, it is changed to CO, and category it is changed to 204. Later we'll see why we are seeing this, as ideally we should see the name of the category. Okay, see, and we can see the created by is admin, and modifiers also tick admin, and the date time what it is when it is created, right? And this all the same thing. We can see what we are seeing the categories also. For product details we can see, we can go to list and delete. If it is delete, we can delete it, and we'll see why this is showing ID and correct that. Go back to index, category, and change this to name. This is an object, name, hit save, come back to here, let it refresh. Still it's taking ID. Oh, it is changed here. We have to change inside here. Yeah, so let it be this category only. Save it. It's refreshing it. See, now we can see the cool drinks. Let's quickly change back to this beverages and click save, and we can see the beverages. That's it. and now we have completed categories products. Now we'll do the same thing for users also. Actually users, we have created the entity as, let us go to user entity. Let's see, we created this information is more or like same for internal as external. To distinguish that, so we added a column called type, where this will tell whether it is internal or external. When I say internal, this is kind of a internal users of that portal. Like example, if you take Flipkart employees is going to be internal, and external is kind of as like a end user who purchases. So there are multiple ways of doing this. We can have a separate table, we can inherit and have a type and all, but I want to say a simple way to make it understand the concept. That's the reason I'm just taking the simpler approach. So we can have, ideally if it is internal only we should have this, but since it's a kind of a learning purpose, we can use this, where whenever we add from here it will consider as an internal, and if it comes from the register, that is the from the main portal, that will consider as a external. So that's the way how I write the code, it identifies the data, right? Okay, let's create the controller and the views for this. For this we'll use our generator. This is very useful. So go back to and change the product to user and hit enter. In fraction of seconds we should have all the views. This is the beauty of this code generator, right? Just run it and it is created. You can see the same thing. You can click on users. See, now it is not showing any error because we have the controller now. Right, now we quickly update the create. What we will not get from the front end, that is we will not get this, and by default we can make it as a active for all. And type, yeah, we will get type, and the other change is created by admin for now, created at, we'll add the created at now, save it. And for the edit, obviously we don't need this information, and also type we don't need it, so let's change that. And similarly the check condition we need it, object user await context users find async and id pass, fetch that. If object user equal to null, we will return not found. Save this. And now as usual we have to bind the values, object user and address. So we have to do that. City, state, state, and basically we are binding all the things. So mobile, mobile, and then password will not update, so that is also we don't need, we just remove that. active. So password will not give an option to update. This is so we have updated the controller. Let's update our views also. So the first thing we need not required is the common entity values, and then the type is not required. Okay, we had to do one more change in the controller. I forgot, we'll do that also. And here also type is not required, and the password is not required, and our common entity properties. That's it. The other one what I forgot is here, if string dot is null, internal, otherwise external. Actually we can directly pass as a internal only. I think we don't need this. Let's make it as internal, and we don't need type also. And I believe I have removed even in create, right? Reason is because this admin portal is always whoever is adding the user, that will be an internal. The external user, they have to come from the front end. So for that we'll have a different controller where we consider it as a register, and in there we will pass it as a external. Okay, let's make it simple, not complicated. Okay, now click on add. Let me enter my all details. GN BN KN ABC at Gmail something ABCD at 1234. Actually click enter. Yes, we successfully saved, but looks not looking good, and we don't need all these parameters in the index. So let's remove those things. And also password is not required to show. Okay, so we remove the password field and our entity fields also, right? Let's save it, let it refresh. Yes, now it is looking good. Active, I think I selected, let us see in our create, have we removed that? Yes, we thought always it will be active, right? So that's the reason we'll press true, and we remove the same thing in the front end also, that is in the UI we don't need active type. So let's remove that. Right, we have saved that successfully. Now we'll make the edit and active and make it active. Done. And we can see the details. We can go back to list, and we can do delete as well, right? We have seen categories, product and users CRUD operation, and this is about for this video. In the next video I will add the products and category information in the front end, that is in our main project or portal. Here we'll add the reference of the context. I think we already had a reference. It's just that we have to fetch it and show that information in the front end. Like if I select categories, let me go here. If I select beverages, it has to shake Coke. And if I had a few other things, example cool drinks, I add some other products, then it should show that information. So that information will show in the next video, and once that is done, we will modify this entity to have image also, because nowadays e-commerce portal means image also should be there. So we will add one image here, we'll upload that image, and once that is successfully uploaded, and that should show in our main application also. So we will do this in our next video, in the coming videos. And then once that is done, then we need a cart, where when we click add, it should add into our cart, and then it should show the total. And when we go to checkout, it should fill the shipping information, order details and all. And then when we click on process order, it has to take the screen to our payment server. Will take PayU, EBS, or whatever, any service provider will pick it and integrate into our portal, and submit the and do the successful transaction. And then in the admin section, we will just see that orders, right? This is what I planned for the entire of this series, probably based on the feedback, based on the comments, what you're looking for, what has to be shown in our portal. We will take that comments into consideration, and we can enhance further if it is really needed for the knowledge purpose. And that's it for this video, guys. Thank you.